Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi. Today we're going on a spine-chilling tour through England's haunted hotels. These places aren't just destinations for travellers, they're home to spirits, strange happenings, and secrets that might make you think twice about booking a room. From phantom figures to restless souls, let's dive into the haunting histories of England's most terrifying hotels. Our first stop is London's Langham Hotel, a luxurious 5-star property renowned for hosting royalty, writers, and ghosts. The Langham was built in 1865 and is often considered to be London's original Grand Hotel, currently boasting 380 rooms. Over the decades, it has hosted numerous dignitaries, including Napoleon III during his exile, whose spirit is said to linger in the basement, and figures like Charles Dickens. The hotel was later owned by the BBC, and this mix of glamour and history has seemingly left a ghostly imprint on the building. Room 333 is considered the most haunted room in the hotel and is notorious for its eerie occurrences. Guests and staff report sightings of a Victorian-era man with hollow eyes, thought to be a doctor who allegedly murdered his bride on their honeymoon before taking his own life. Other tales involve glowing orbs that transform into partial apparitions, and one such experience with an apparition was recounted by BBC broadcaster, the late James Alexander Gordon, who, in 1973, stayed at the hotel and woke up one night to see a ghostly figure in Victorian dress standing at the foot of the bed. He tried to ask what it wanted, and the figure began to move closer to him. He grabbed one of his boots and threw it, watching it go straight through, and at that point, he hightailed it out of the room. Interestingly, he was not the only BBC broadcaster to have a strange experience in that room, and in 2014, members of the English cricket team reported a plethora of odd occurrences on the 3rd floor. During World War II, the hotel was a refuge for Allied soldiers, serving as a first aid and military post. A large part of the hotel's west wing was destroyed during air attacks, and it is said that the spirits of military personnel still linger here. There are also reports of an apparition walking the corridors, believed to be a German prince who took his own life by jumping from a window on the 4th floor. For those brave enough to stay at the Langham, it's an experience you're unlikely to forget. Next, we head to the Mermaid Inn in Rye, East Sussex. Built in the 12th century and then rebuilt in 1420, this 600-year-old inn is packed with history and hauntings. The inn is said to be haunted by several spirits, including a pair of dueling ghostly swordsmen. Guests have reported hearing the clashing of swords in the dead of night and seeing shapes moving as if they were behind opaque glass. A ghostly woman in white has been known to appear in room 5, and the rocking chair in room 17 has been seen moving on its own. Other reports include apparitions moving through rooms or waking up guests by sitting on their bed. Not exactly the wake-up call you want. Now, during the 18th century, the Mermaid Inn was a favourite hangout for smugglers, in particular the notorious Hawkhurst gang, who operated from Kent to Dorset. Under the inn are secret tunnels, and the smugglers would use these tunnels to carry out their activities and avoid being caught by authorities. It is said that the gang were violent and would settle scores in blood, and for this reason, some believe that the spirits residing at the inn are those of the smugglers and their mistresses. The Mermaid Inn's centuries of secrets and intrigue continue to make it one of England's most haunted spots. Our journey takes us to the Bell Hotel in Thetford, Norfolk, a location famous for its haunted reputation and long history. Dating back to the 15th century, this hotel is steeped in tales of ghostly encounters, earning it a place among England's most haunted. One of the most unsettling apparitions here is that of a phantom hooded monk who is said to haunt the main suite and has also been seen wandering the corridors. But perhaps the most famous spirit at the Bell Hotel is that of Elizabeth Betty Radcliffe, a former landlady allegedly murdered in the 1750s by a lover. Her ghost is said to roam the ground floor, often appearing as a friendly presence. Guests have reported the smell of perfume, sounds of footsteps, and even catching glimpses of her walking with what appears to be a lit candle. There are also reports of sudden cold spots, flickering lights, and the sounds of voices or footsteps with nobody around and no clear explanation. The eerie atmosphere and centuries of ghost stories make the Bell Hotel a destination that's as spooky as it is historic. Next, we visit the Feathers Hotel in Ludlow, Shropshire, a 17th century inn famous for its striking Tudor facade and eerie paranormal activity. Built in 1619 by attorney Rhys Jones, the building was later converted into an inn by Jones's grandson. Its name derives from the Prince of Wales' three feathers emblem, a motif prominently displayed on its iconic black and white timber-framed exterior. This Grade 1 listed structure has been described as the most handsome inn in the world. The hotel is said to be haunted by several spirits, with room 211 known for unexplained disturbances. It is known to be a particularly active room, where guests have reported unsettling experiences, including objects moving, hair pulling, and one guest even woke up to find she had been soaked with water, although the bed around her was dry. It is believed that the room is haunted by a female spirit who seems to have a strong aversion to women, but is gentler with male guests, and will often gently caress their faces as they fall asleep. There are also reports of a male figure, dressed in Victorian or Edwardian attire, who has been seen walking between two rooms, room 232 and 233, with a dog by his side, and disappearing through walls. Now, if that wasn't strange enough, there are also reports of a ghostly young woman appearing outside of the hotel. She is described as wearing a miniskirt and has been observed crossing the road outside the hotel, sometimes passing through parked cars. Intriguingly, one theory is that she is the apparition of a living person. No haunted hotel list would be complete without the Jamaica Inn in Cornwall. Located on the windswept Bodmin Moor, the inn is steeped in history and haunted folklore, making it one of the UK's most famous paranormal hotspots. And the resident spirits aren't the inn's only claim to fame. In 1936, the author, Daphne du Maurier, published her novel Jamaica Inn, which brought widespread attention to the inn's smuggling law. The story weaves a tale of treachery and danger among smugglers, using the inn as their base. While the novel is fictional, du Maurier's inspiration stemmed from her stay at the inn, and this association cemented the inn's place in public imagination as a smuggler's haunt. Built in the late 1700s, the Jamaica Inn served travellers navigating the rugged and treacherous moor, including Royal Mail postboys who started to travel a new route across the moor. There is even a press report of a postboy who must have travelled past the Jamaica Inn, being robbed of all the mail by a highwayman. The inn is renowned for its spectral residents and eerie happenings, attracting ghost hunters and thrill seekers worldwide. Among the reported apparitions is a ghostly man in a tricorn hat. Some believe that he is a smuggler, and he is often seen walking through walls. Guests have reported hearing the sounds of a ghostly horse-drawn carriage in the night, barrels being rolled outside and heavy footsteps walking along the hallways with no one in sight. One of the inn's most famous ghost stories involves a wayfarer who had been drinking at the bar but vanished after stepping outside, only for his body to be discovered on the moor the next morning. His ghost is said to sit silently near the inn, gazing into the distance before disappearing. Today, the Jamaica Inn preserves its historical charm while offering a range of experiences. Visitors can explore the Smuggling Museum, which houses artefacts and interactive exhibits detailing Cornwall's smuggling past. The inn also hosts ghost tours and paranormal investigations, allowing visitors to experience its haunted reputation firsthand. The Jamaica Inn remains a fascinating blend of history, literary legacy, and ghostly allure. Its compelling past and ongoing paranormal activity ensure it continues to captivate the imagination of all who visit. And there you have it, the haunted hotels of England, where history and the supernatural intertwine. These ancient walls have witnessed centuries of life, death, and tragedy, leaving behind spirits and strange energies. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing's for sure, England's haunted hotels are not for the faint-hearted. If you're daring enough to book a night, just remember, you might not be the only one staying there. If you enjoyed this journey through England's haunted history, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button for more eerie explorations. Share in the comments if you dare to stay in any of these hotels, or if you have your own haunted tales to tell. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.